What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. I was planning on streaming today anyway. I'm just going to jump straight into the point. As I was starting up the stream, I found that there was going to be a NASA SpaceX launch with an actual crew. It wasn't just a rocket today. They were supposed to be taking off from Florida, but apparently the launch got scrubbed due to hydraulic ground issues or something like that. So there's no launch tonight. I'm a little upset about it. It kind of pissed me off, but that was my plan to start the stream. I figured I would start it here. Actually,
p.m. Eastern Time. As you can see on your screen, the Crew 10, is getting ready to egress the spacecraft Endurance. This is where they will go ahead and get out of the spacecraft. They're, in fact, talking about that
there's supposed to
now.
be a four-man crew
Most
going up to the
which crew members
ISS,
will be
International
going
Space
through.
Station.
From
It was
here,
supposed
as
to
you heard
be taking
mentioned
off
by the
from
commentators in Hawthorne, they
Florida,
will make their way
from
down
the
the launch
what
tower
is it,
into their
Kennedy
vehicles,
Space
which
Center
are waiting
in
them,
Florida.
along with the closeout crew, which will
There was about
help
40
them
minutes remaining
go
before
back
launch. They were doing
to
all the prep, all the
astronaut
pre-launch
crew
stuff, and
quarters.
then they scrubbed it due to a
For
hydraulic ground
astronauts,
issue or
though,
something like that.
Jessica,
I've been
this
trying to
is
listen and
certainly
follow up,
something
but
that
I
is really
don't really know. They
part
just
of the
kind of called the
business.
scrub out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it earlier, and flexibility is really the key to everything that we do as astronauts. We know that the plan is always changing, and launch scrubs are definitely a reality that we have seen happen over and over again here on the Space Coast. Way back in the shuttle era, of course, happened frequently too, given maybe a technical issue, maybe a violation of the range, as we talked about with a random boat being in the area. Maybe it was a weather violation, or even any of the contingency sites along the corridor as well. So lots of different reasons to abort. It does, it just, we're ready for this. This is what we trained for. We know that at the end of the day, you may be lifting off, you may not be. Definitely a bummer for everyone involved, but we will just again do as we're trained, and get ready for that next opportunity. It reminds me a little bit of an interview that Anne gave fairly recently about the mission, and she was talking about the
It's
extensive
crazy how
experience that
astronauts
her
used
crew
to
has in regard to aviation. We talked about that several
roll up
times in this
in
broadcast.
Corvettes.
They have four
That was like
professional
the
pilots, two military pilots, two commercial pilots.
unofficial
And one of the things that Anne
astronaut
often talks
vehicle,
about is how
and
important
now
it
they're rolling
is
around in
as an
Teslas
operator,
because of
as a test
SpaceX.
pilot, to be humble, because
Crazy.
your equipment will always fail in ways that you don't predict. And I think that's something that we saw here today. There were other issues, technical issues, that were being worked and tracked before this mission, as there are all before every mission. We're always wondering what's going to happen with the weather here, which can be pretty interesting and unpredictable here on the Florida coast. But this was something I don't think that anyone was tracking at all. And Anne and I even spoke last night. It just seems like everything's going too smoothly. I think we mentioned that this
We
morning
did.
as well, and maybe we shouldn't have said that out loud, because sure enough, there's always something that you don't expect. So I'm sure Anne's reminding her crew right now, hey, be humble. We know that today we weren't ready to launch, and the answer is that we will launch when we know we're ready and safe. And
Oh
that's, of
shoot, I
course,
forgot.
the only solution when you're launching humans into space.
And a hint that the crew is taking it well, as you said, that we just saw moments ago. Kirill Preskov appeared to use his tablet to take a selfie with the crew. So you feel like they're doing okay and certainly understand what is happening right now. They were aware throughout the countdown that this could be a possibility, but they get yet another practice run in at getting out to the launch pad and getting into their seats and preparing to go.
That's right. Another.
What the
We're
hell?
listening in as SpaceX continues to go through their scrub procedures.
We're not
Again,
listening into
another
anything,
highly
NASA. We
detailed
can't hear anything.
list of procedures to properly go about the scrub of a spacecraft launch. Coming up next is our crew egress. The crew has loosened up their seat
And for
belts.
crew awareness, there will be some additional tank venting here as we get back down to nominal tank pressures.
Copy.
From your time in the astronaut corps, what are some stories that you've heard from astronauts that have, spent time waiting for the next opportunity?
Well, there's certainly a lot of stories. I mean, there were some shuttle missions that scrubbed numerous times. I mean, over and over again. You have different launch windows for different vehicles too. Sometimes it's an instantaneous window. Sometimes you have a prolonged period. So maybe you might be able to resolve a problem in time. But, in some ways it could actually make the crew a little bit more relaxed because they've already done all of their final preparation things. All of those, all that last minute work, the last minute email, the last minute message that you wanted to send a friend, they have all of that out of the way. And hopefully that will give them a chance tomorrow to really just be able to relax and appreciate it and maybe just think a little bit more, philosophize a little bit more, be ready for that next attempt without all of those little annoying must-do task list type things. So we'll try to put a positive light on it and think about how maybe for their
It doesn't make sense, though, because it's not like they just told them yesterday that they were launching today. They had time to prep. They had time to send out those emails or those messages to the people before they loaded up.
Pretty much all of those steps except for the
I think this actually gives them more jitters than anything else, because when they schedule you for a launch, and then you get up there, you get strapped in, you're ready to go, and then there's a malfunction or something doesn't go as planned, you start taking it as like a bad omen, and you don't want to launch at that point.
That's tomorrow or subsequent day.
If you're just joining us, you're watching launch coverage of NASA and SpaceX's Crew 10 mission that was scrubbed today at 7:06 p.m. Eastern Time, T-minus 43 minutes. A scrub was called by NASA and SpaceX due to an issue with the hydraulic system that controls a clamp arm that holds the rocket to the launch tower. And there you see Crew 10, our crew from left to right, Kirill Peskov, Nicole Ayers, Anne McLean, and Takuya Onishi. Just spending some time chatting and talking. Of course, they're disappointed that they didn't get to go today. The weather was perfect. It certainly did its part. I had just heard an update prior to the scrub being called, where the launch weather officer came over the net and said, "We're clear, blue, and 22." A phrase that means, clear skies, blue skies, beautiful weather, and you can see for 22 miles. And you literally can. That is the visibility today. It was setting up to be a perfect, not only launch opportunity, but also a launch viewing opportunity. But as is often happens in the business, everything needs to be just right. And so the launch was scrubbed for today, and they will look for an opportunity in the future after they discuss the issue that they had with the hydraulics on the ground system. The rocket was good to go. The spacecraft was good to go, but something with the ground equipment and the hydraulic system is what's keeping us on the ground for today. As we look around, just having passed through sunset, I believe we had a sunset. Are we there yet? No, we're close. Almost sunset as we orbit the launch tower there. In the foreground, a future Starship launch tower that you can see there, marked by its chopstick arms at the bottom. In the background, you can see Launch Complex 39A in the tower, where the Falcon 9 rocket and spacecraft with our crew, are still sitting inside awaiting to be egressed from the capsule. And way off in the distance, the vehicle assembly building.
You know, it's good food for thought here as I contemplate what I would do in this situation and think about a potential future space flight. I think it's probably a good idea to have some contingency plans, personal ones, right, about what's going to be different and what you're going to do over those next 24 hours or however long it will be. I didn't actually speak to Anne about that. I wonder if she and her crew had anything in mind, anything planned, because the way things usually work, if you have a plan, then you won't need to use it. But if you don't have a plan, then we may be in the case that we're in today. So I'll have to talk to her and find out if they had anything planned and what they decided to do to make use of that interim.
I could see some astronauts possibly thinking that might be bad luck if you make a plan for a scrub.
You never know. I mean, if you have a plan, then you won't have to use it.
There you go. It's good to plan. It's also good for the astronauts to have a little downtime as well. Launch and then the work that happens on the International Space Station, as I've heard it told, is very intense at times.
Yeah, the training period, especially in the few months before launch, is pretty intense. There's a lot.
How long are they going to keep them in there?
As well, so you're pretty much
people are checking their social media accounts on these SpaceX, NASA tablets right now.
I think for a lot of the training that we do as astronauts, we talked about
they're using Starlink Wi-Fi.
Training 1.5 to 2 years in advance. In the beginning, it's usually not as engaging, not as time consuming, not as much travel, but really things get progressively busier, unfortunately, even though you'd personally want it the other way around. If you think about it, everybody wants to have their training and their exposure as close to the flight as possible. So those final months do get quite busy. For Anne's crew, there was sort of an interesting lead up. They had their very, very busy time period since, of course, originally they were supposed to launch in February, and they were really pretty exhausted. They had a lot of travel, a lot of things going on, but then suddenly they had this delay and they were waiting, and then they had this kind of built-in rest period, kind of similar that we're talking about with a scrub, where I think it actually was good for their crew because they had enough downtime to really recover. I mean, we always, as astronauts, want to be launching a well-rested crew, a well-mentally prepared crew to get to the very busy lifestyle that we have on board the space station, and just all the psychology that's involved with leaving your family and friends back home, too. So I think it was nice Anne's crew had that. And again, maybe they'll have that now with the scrub, a little bit of extra time together to kind of contemplate and prepare for their mission.
That delay that you mentioned from February to March, of course, brought about by the decision to switch capsules from a brand new SpaceX capsule to the Dragon Endurance, reliable one with 3 previous crew missions under its belt, Crew 3, Crew 5, and Crew 7. When they made that switch, though, they needed to do some more data analysis on that spacecraft in short order, and it takes time because of the amount of data that the commercial crew program has to go over in order to
All right, I think I'm kind of over this.
make sure that everything is right with the spacecraft
So,
before loading up.
what's
the
going on,
astronauts.
chat? I didn't really have a plan for today, to be honest with you. I knew I wanted to and needed to go live, so I did. And I don't really know what I was planning to do, to be honest with you. It rhymes, so it must be true. I was going to play some music today, but I think I'm gonna leave it be. There was a pretty big PUBG update today, apparently. Anybody know what that was about? Springfest 2025, PUBG 8th anniversary event. Weekly ban notice. Okay, apparently I can't read it. Why does it seem so loud? What the fudge? Okay, I hope that's okay. PUBG's 8th anniversary is just around the corner. A heartfelt thank you to all our players for standing with us through 8 incredible years. Wow, only 8 years? I feel like it's been out for so much longer than that. Isn't just about looking back. It's about the many milestones still ahead. This event is available across all PC console platforms. Click on the link provided below in the in-game lobby banner to obtain 8th anniversary pack. Lucky G-Coin box. Also, don't miss out on the 8th anniversary trailer, event page, 8th anniversary, event participation period, March 12th to April 8th. Log in with Craft an ID. Register an event. Special drops. 8th anniversary with you. Enter the lobby daily. Total obtainable rewards: 350 tokens, 1 hunter's chest, 70 contraband coupons, 1 key. 8th anniversary crown emblem, 8th anniversary nameplate, Victory Dance 8th anniversary, Galaxy Girl dress, Galaxy Girl boots, 200 G coin, 2 days. So today is the 12th. After live server maintenance. Enter the lobby daily. Wait, this is console? Oh, commando drop in. What? Alright, maybe I'm gonna just go claim my shit. Partner drops. Drops are available for PUBG Battleground partners, live streams, and the following categories. PUBG partner Twitch drops. Watch for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes. Okie dokie. So apparently they're giving away a lot of shit. You just have to log in daily. Interesting. Everybody's making a big deal about this repo game. Everyone's comparing it to Lethal Company. Where'd it go? And I don't know how I feel about it. I've been seeing people playing it. I've been seeing it all over the place, and I'm not that big into it. Chat, I'm gonna go use the potty room. I'm sorry. I don't know where this came from. I really have to pee like really bad. I'll be right back. Alright. 30. Yeah, like, I didn't have to pee or anything like that. And then all of a sudden it just hit me like I've been holding it for 25 minutes or something like that. So how is Repo similar to DayZ and PUBG, which doesn't make sense to me when everybody's comparing it to Lethal Company? That doesn't make sense to me. And this shit is still glitched to hell. What is going on, man? Is it my monitor? Let's see something. No, it's not my monitor. Something is so wrong with OBS after the update. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Here, chat. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Oh, actually, yeah. So look. When I click here, you can see my emotes. When I click here, you see the grayed out part? It like stays. And it doesn't matter what I do. It overwrite like... Why is OBS doing that? It's annoying as fuck. Oh my god, these people breaking OBS all the time. Nope. Oh, lovely. Now there's an NVIDIA app update as well. Oh, my drivers are good. After latest update, OBS is getting encoder overload. I'm getting that as well. After running the stress test for 30 minutes, I shut that down and started streaming the CPU. OBS streaming suddenly causes PSOD crash and reboot after years. I updated to 30.0.1. How do I know what my OBS version is? Oh, 30.0.2. Issues with OBS 31.0.2 update. Users have reported various issues with the OBS Studio 31.0.2 update, including lag, high CPU RAM usage, filters, plugins disappearing, random crashes, missing encoders, file formats, and webcam problems. Here's performance problems, lag and FPS drops. Many users have experienced proficient high CPU usage, random crashes, plugin and filter issues, filter plugins disappearing, filters removed, encoder and file format issues. OBS 30 are missing in 31.02. Webcam problems, other issues, preview scroll bars. OBS 31.0 added preview scroll bars, making it easier to move items around the preview. Background blur filter. The background blur filter, but it only works on systems equipped with a compatible every single time I try to open a secondary OBS, it shows a black screen. I can. Alright, let's see this. This is 4 days ago. I was about to record a video. Okay, this is black screen background. You'll want to run any additional instances of OBS in portable mode to avoid issues like this. Okay, this is not my issue. I'm not running multiple instances of OBS. Fix the crash on Mac OS. No, not worried about that either. Nope. I can't figure it out. Okay. Where are we going, chat? What are we doing? What are we playing? So I think my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule bullshit is going to turn into Friday, Saturday, Sunday bullshit, to be honest with you, because weekly streams, like daily streams during the week, are tough for viewership. People got lives, people got work, people got stuff to do, and I don't think it's beneficial for me. And if I'm not being beneficial for me, there's no point in doing it, because ultimately I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for you. I know it sounds like a dick move, but it's true. Like, if I'm not enjoying myself, why am I gonna do it? And I don't really enjoy myself when I'm by myself. I like having people in chat. I like having people to chat with. I like making new friends. Like I said, some days I'm not really social, don't get me wrong, but you know, some days I'm really social. I had something really cool to show you guys in chat today too, but it is what it is. Word, put me out of my misery too. I'm just in one of those moods. I was feeling so motivated and so hyped the past couple of days, and now all of a sudden I'm like losing that hype and that motivation, and I'm like drained. Not to mention the lack of nicotine is driving me nuts. I thought I was doing good. I thought I was getting better, and I'm losing my mind. At this rate, I'm going to be 500 pounds by the end of next week because I'm eating so much trying to counteract the nicotine. And I bought gum to keep the oral fixation and like in check. And instead I'm losing my mind. And how's my boy doing? Was he hurting? I was gonna shoot him a text and then I lost track of time. And I figured he was sleeping and I needed to go live. And then I found out there was supposed to be a manned rocket mission today from NASA, but they scrubbed it just as I started my stream. But what's going on? Yes! Good. How's he feeling though? Is he okay? Oh, that's beautiful. He's numb from the nerve block. He's gonna be in a world of hurt when that shit wears off though. Oh, that's not cool. Pins and needles is annoying as fuck. But, I mean, I guess I would take pins and needles over the pain of surgery any day of the week, but I don't know. Did they prescribe him painkillers or anything like that? They had to have, right? Yeah, beautiful. So you jump the gun and you kind of pop the pills a little earlier than you're due. Anti-nausea pills. You gotta watch out with those. They react to people differently. So why do you want someone to put you out of your misery? What's going on? You should be used to dealing with 3 babies at this time. At least you have your mom's help. You'll be all right. I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right. Oh my god, my OBS is glitched to shit. It's so broken. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, yeah, it'll get easier. How long is Mom Dukes in the city for? She's gonna stay here the length of his recuperation, or just for like a week or two? Oh, she's just here for the weekend. So today till Monday. Like 5 days? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 5 days. I mean, that's when the fun starts. Because then it'll really be you versus 3 children. Damn, that's cold as fuck. He gets surgery on Wednesday, and you're like, he better get his shit together by Monday. He's got to milk it a little bit. You know he has to milk it a little bit. Leave him be. Leave him be.
My life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you finding, see you looking down and out. Coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around.
Well, I mean, he's still feeling the effects. He told me they were putting him full under, no? So it's not his fault. Come on. You gotta have a little compassion for that one. Did you find him or the kids found him? He was hungry. Oh, come on. Stop it. My man was just like, I gotta pee, I'm going. Listen, that shit makes you feel weird. I've never had like major surgery, but I did have I had a surgery on my head where they had to put me full under. And it's like when you finally wake up, you feel like you had like the best sleep of your life. And then you go home and then you're not tired, but you end up falling asleep. And then you're just like on and off. I had a cyst the size of a golf ball on my head. And they said the only reason they have to put me full under is because it's on my head and they don't want me moving or anything like that while they're doing the surgery. So they made like this big production about it. And they put me full under. They did the surgery. They removed it perfectly fine. They never let me see it after they took it out, which kind of sucked. They wouldn't let me drive home, even though when I woke up, I felt great. Like I felt like I could tackle the world. Yes. Yes. Well, it was kind of a mixture. The other two weren't living there anymore, but the parents still were. I have pictures. I can actually tell you the exact date of when it was. It was towards the end of my relationship with a certain somebody. I have pictures of my actual scalp. If I can find it. Oh, yeah. No, you were. Yes. It was around the wedding time. Was it after the wedding? Yeah, it was after the wedding. Was it after the wedding? Yes, here it is. It was November 4th, 2016. I have a picture of the actual cyst before they took it out. And then I have pictures of my head after it was removed. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. They didn't let me see it though. They kind of just took it away and poof, gone. But yeah, so the OR, the operating room, was cold as hell, but then they had like these heated blanket shits that you lay down in, and then they administer the anesthesia, and they like count back from 10. I was like, 10, out cold. Next thing I woke up and it was like an hour and a half later or something like that, and I was back in the recovery room. And they're like, whenever you're ready to go, you can leave. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm ready to go. And I was ready to drive and everything. And they're like, you have somebody to drive you? And thankfully my mother was there, and she was like, yeah, I'm driving. And they're like, good, because he shouldn't be driving. But I felt like $1,000,000. And then I got home and I was feeling good. I ate something. And then next thing you know, I was waking up again. I didn't even realize I fell asleep. And then I was eating again. And like, it was just, it's an odd feeling. Yeah, I love anesthesia too. I wish I could get a nightly dose of anesthesia. I would fucking pop it into my vein at 9 o'clock at night, and I would sleep in seconds, and then wake up whenever my body's like, yeah, you're done. You don't need any more sleep. It's a good feeling. Not being anxious, not fucking tossing and turning, trying to find a comfortable way to fall asleep. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be playing today. I found this cool ass little fucking thing. I don't know why I'm blah. I've just been blah. I don't know. Restless, anxious, bored, tired. I think it might be the nicotine thing. I'll be honest with you. I think the nicotine thing is fucking with me. I think it's fucking with me hard. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I could just be in one of my moods. Maybe I'm on my period. Maybe. I got a good night's sleep. Well, not really. I mean, I went to sleep at like 2 in the morning. I woke up at 8:30. Actually, I don't even know what time I went to sleep. I know I woke up at 8:30, and then I watched my show, and then I watched the new Captain America movie. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Not worth the time. And then I fell back asleep, and then I woke up, and then I fell back asleep, and then I finally got up, and now here we are. And I went live because I needed to go live today, and I feel like I could go back to sleep right now. So I'm very impulsive, and if something triggers in my mind, if I don't do it right then and there on the moment, I'm not going to do it. And I've already been thinking about quitting vaping for a long time. So you remember I used to smoke cigarettes like a fucking chimney, and then I started vaping to quit smoking, but I ended up smoking and vaping at the same time. And then I finally stopped smoking altogether, and I continued vaping. Vaping was supposed to be a means to an end, but I got stuck on the vaping because you can do it anywhere, you can use it anywhere, whatever the case may be. And then recently I've been buying my vapes and I've been using them, and I just haven't been getting the satisfaction out of them the way that I used to. And I would be laying in bed and I would start wheezing or feeling like phlegm in my chest, and I'm not sick. I wasn't sick. And I was like, this needs to stop. Like, I'm getting grossed out by it. Like, I don't even want to do it anymore. So that's why I went and I bought the Zins. I was like, I'll start with 6 milligrams so that I get my nicotine and I break the oral fixation, like the oral habit of smoking vape. So I got the Zins, and I was just like, yo, I'm done with vape. I was using the Zins. I bought like 3 packs of 6 milligrams. Then I dropped to 3 milligrams, which was a little harder. I ended up going through 4 or 6 of the 3 milligrams. And then the other day I was just like, you know what? If I don't stop now, I'm not going to stop. So I just cut out the Zins altogether as well. So I'm down to 0 nicotine per day. I know it only takes 24 hours for nicotine to leave your system, but man, I'm hungry for nicotine. Like, that's why I went out and I bought gum yesterday, because the day before yesterday I stopped using nicotine. And I figure if I'm chewing gum, I'm at least thinking about the gum, not thinking about the nicotine, not thinking about, you know, smoking or whatever. And it's just increased my appetite a lot. And it's like changing my mood, which I knew was going to happen. You start getting irritable, you start getting tired, I don't know. But yeah, so I ultimately got the idea. I just want to stop. And if I didn't act on it right in that moment, I probably would never stop. So I haven't touched a vape in over a month. I haven't touched a Zyn in 2 days now. So I'm doing good. Quitting is like, I want to say 80% mental and 20% actual, well, cigarettes at least. It's like 20% actual physical. Yeah, but you got to remember also, D, I wasn't just heavily addicted to the nicotine. I was heavily addicted to the habit. I would sleep with my vape next to me, and I would wake up in the morning, and before my eyes were open, I'd already be pulling on the vape. And then I would vape all the way to the bathroom to brush my teeth. I would brush my teeth, then I would vape all the way to the kitchen before I have my breakfast. And then I would eat my breakfast, and then I would vape all the way back down to the PC. And then I would continue vaping the whole day, and then I would lay down in bed at the end of my day, whatever time that was, and I would vape a few times before knocking out, and then do it all over again the next day. Like, I was heavy habit forming, nicotine inducing vaping like every single day. So I'm pushing through, don't get me wrong, but the distraction part is hard because nothing holds its luster like it used to, because my mind is just on the vape. Like, I'm just like vape, 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 or nicotine, I should say. I'm not missing the vape, to be honest with you. That's what's fucked up. I quit smoking cigarettes like 10 years ago, and I was recently using vapes more than anything else. And now that I stopped vaping, and I mean, ultimately I stopped the Zyns as well, I'm not getting any more nicotine, I want a cigarette more than anything else. Exactly. I'm not like, oh, I want to go out and buy a vape right now. I'm feeling like I want to go outside and buy a pack of cigarettes. You won't hear me say, damn, I could really use a vape right now. You're going to hear me say, fuck, I could really use a cigarette. I love cigarettes. So when I used to smoke cigarettes, if someone was smoking a cigarette near me, the smoke from their cigarette grossed me out. Like, I thought it was putrid and I didn't like it, but my own cigarette was delicious. Now that I quit smoking cigarettes, for 10 years, if someone's smoking a cigarette near me, I love the smell of their cigarette. Like, it smells good to me. Yeah, no, I get it. I'll have one. I'm not gonna say a year because that's too permanent, but I won't have more than one in a year if I have one. Let's put it that way. So like last year I had one. The year before that I didn't have any. The year before that I had one. This year I had two. And this is before I started quitting. And maybe those cigarettes are what really made me want to stop. But I was already using the Zyns by that point, so. But that's $15 a pack is enough to keep me away. It's not even about the money for me, to be honest with you. I mean, it should be, but I'm more like, I want to enjoy my life, so if I want to do it, who cares about how much it costs? I'll find a way. I know you guys are in a different predicament, but I just wanted to stop. I couldn't go back to smoking cigarettes full time, and not even just because of the price, but because I miss the cigarette itself, but I don't miss the hassle of smoking. So I'm not going to smoke inside my house. I'm not going to smoke inside your house. I'm not going to smoke inside Killface's house. I'm going to have to go outside every time I want to smoke, versus the vapes. You guys never cared. I could vape in your house. I could vape in their house. Why do I want to inconvenience myself and separate myself and go outside all the time if I take it up full time again? For that, I'll just keep vaping, even though I enjoy smoking cigarettes. That's why I'm just like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just finished. I'm thinking I might need another pack of Zins though. Yeah, you see, so that's the thing. I know what I have to do because I have quit in the past. Like back in 2009, 2010. I quit for like 3 years or 4 years. I stopped in like 2010 and I didn't start again until like 2014. So I went through the whole process. I gained a shit ton of weight because I didn't have anything to fall back on. So I fell back on food. You start smelling again. You start tasting again. Everything tastes good. Everything smells good. And you just start eating to fill in the gaps, like your anxiety or whatever. Quitting just to quit will not make you feel better. If you quit and start eating right, quit and start like exercising, and I don't mean going to the gym, I just mean being a little more physical, then you start feeling better. I haven't really made any changes. I've kind of just stopped smoking. That's all I've really done. I've cut the nicotine out. I haven't made it a point to be any more physical. I've been trying to eat a little more healthy. Yeah, I think I might have jumped the gun. I was still getting really, really big urges. Like when I dropped down to the 3... When I was doing the 6, I was using like 3 Zins a day. When I dropped down to the 3 milligrams, there's 15 in a pack. I was finishing the pack in like 2 or 3 days. 2.5 days. I was just popping in those 3 mgs like a motherfucker. Just bang, 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 bang. But I don't know. Like I said, I put it in my head that I have to stop, so I kind of just kind of had to stop. No, I agree. But I mean, realistically, the past couple of summers, I haven't been the most active anyway. I've been, doing a lot of PC stuff, and I should have been investing a lot more time into streaming even then. But I feel like, you know what? I feel like it's the streaming that's causing me to have this or want this. Seasonal depression doesn't really hit me because I'm used to just being home. I've been home. I've been spending so much time at home, and I decided to quit smoking. I decided to quit nicotine, I should say, not smoking. Let's just say nicotine. And then I decided that I'm going to start streaming like a lot. And I have fun streaming, don't get me wrong, but the anxiety's still there. Performance anxiety, just being here. Am I going to do good today? Am I going to get random people joining? And how do I keep people entertained type stuff? It is actually getting to me, and I'm staying true to my word and saying that I'm going to keep streaming and I'm going to try and be consistent, and I've been pretty consistent. My schedule hasn't been consistent, but I've been streaming at least. I've been putting in the time. This month, let me see, how long do I have? I think I've streamed for 101 hours this month. From February 11th till March 12th, I've done 102 hours, which is the most I've streamed in a long fucking time. So, I mean, I've stuck with it, but the mental is hard. The mental is real hard. Maybe I just need to go into Disney Dreamlight and fucking chill out. No, I know. I've told myself that. And when I started streaming this time around, I was like, I'm not even going to look at the viewer count. I don't care. I'm streaming because I want to stream. I'm not streaming because of any other reason. And then, yeah, she's blowing me away because she finds any excuse and every reason to just go on. And that's the only game she's playing. She's going to be ahead of you soon. But yeah, so I always fall into my own traps where I'm like, yeah, don't even look at the viewer count. I don't care. I don't care. And then I just fall back into the trap because I'll have one stream where a bunch of people come in or a bunch of people show up. And I'm like, damn, that was really awesome having a bunch of random people in the stream and having people to talk to and whatever. And then it doesn't happen the next stream, but I'm looking for it. Like, I don't know. I need to just go back to the way I was when I first started streaming this time around and just do whatever. I know it's a roller coaster ride. I got raided the other night, Sunday night. I got raided by somebody who brought in like 19 viewers or something like that, and it was super cool, and I enjoyed seeing that on my number because that was the biggest raid I've ever gotten. And then since then, it's just been like, I don't know, low numbers. Oh, absolutely, I know, but the anxiety, the mental side of it just fucking throws me off. It throws me off big time. Yeah, it was Sunday evening. It was pretty late on Sunday, actually. I don't even know what time. It was during Battlefield 2042, but it was after everybody signed off. It was just Luigi and me. A couple of cool people popped up. But yeah, so that, you know, the mental side of it really takes over at that point. Yeah, I probably should run Disney Dreamlight. I haven't played it. But it's 8 o'clock at night. I don't know if now's... Babies! Hey. There it is. You're due for a binge. And Danielle and me were just saying that not only are you ahead of me, but you're coming after her. You're going to be ahead of her soon because you've just been doing work. I know you're just tuning in. There was a NASA SpaceX launch scheduled with 4 astronauts. They were supposed to be going up to the ISS today, and the launch got scrubbed at 43 minutes before launch at 6 something. I forgot what time they said it was, or at 7 something, due to a hydraulic issue on the ground. Yeah, it was from Florida. I was actually really hoping that one went up though, because that one actually had astronauts on it, so I wanted to see that. Yeah, no, they scrubbed it at like the 43-minute mark. 43 minutes. Minus 43 minutes. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. You got T minus 2 hours for another launch now? They wouldn't scrub the launch today. Oh, you're getting ads because your sub ran out. Check your Prime sub. It's been a month. Let me see when you subbed. Oh my lord, has it been a month? Yeah, it's been a month. No, Prime will not auto-renew. If you sub, you can set it to recurring subs, but you have Prime, so why would you do it like that? I don't even see it. I'm seeing your cheers. Bo, resub. Mama Mayhem subbed 23 days ago. Little Whisper Pickle subbed. The Bees gave out 1 community sub gift. Five. Yeah, in 5 days you'll use your Prime sub again. If you want. I have to set I think I have a Prime sub reminder. Have Amazon Prime link your Twitch. I have to set a reminder for people to check their Prime subs. It's getting to that point. I'm starting to notice the sub points dropping, so yeah, but I don't know why I'm not getting Prime sub notifications. A sub is a sub, whether it's a Prime sub or not. Yeah, you're back. You have the subscriber icon. And Twitch is showing the sub points, but it's not showing me that you subbed. That's fucking crazy to me. Whether you use Prime or you use sub, it should give it to me on the activity feed. This shit is so broken. Yeah, this shit is stupid as hell. I don't know what's going on. My Prime subs are not popping up, for you at least. So when I go back a month ago, it shows me that Mama of Mayhem used her Prime sub. And it also shows me that Little Whisper Pickle used his. Mama of Mayhem subscribed with Prime. Little Whisper Pickle resubscribed with Prime.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Coral. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's there, so I appreciate the Prime sub. I don't know why it's not giving me notifications about it though. Yeah, you subbed for 4 months. Congratulations. There it is.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Okay, I was paying too much attention to it. That's the problem. I was waiting for it for too long. I have to just let it do its thing. Sometimes it's delayed, I guess. Oh, it's your fault. Oh. So you got me freaking out, jumping around to different websites and shit, trying to see that my notifications are working, and it was you the whole time? Alright. Alright. I got you. You'll see. You shall see. Yeah, that's why last month when you subscribed it didn't pop up either. No, but it's good. It's good that you didn't realize. So now I can remind people, don't forget to check those Prime subs. If you have Amazon Prime and you have it linked to your Twitch account, please do not be afraid to use your Twitch Prime subs on my channel. They're free. They cost you nothing. You're already paying for Amazon Prime anyway. No, I agree with you. It should definitely hit my activity feed one way or another. It should still tell me, like, you know, this person subbed. It shouldn't be up to the user to hit share, because share would mean that the whole channel sees it like it does there. It should at least tell me on the activity feed that you did subscribe, instead of just like my active subscribers going up on my screen. But that's weird, because that's only for Amazon Prime. If you were to just sub, it would tell me you subbed. But I don't know. There's a whole level of Twitch that I don't even know about, because I don't have Amazon Prime, so I've never used it to Prime sub to any channels. So I don't know if it pops. I don't know if it doesn't pop. Maybe I'm just using the wrong notifications program, or I don't know. Twitch activity feed should know about it regardless. You guys want to see something cool but like really creepy at the same time?
Whoa there. This feels pretty surreal, doesn't it? Like the kind of thing glitches in the Matrix might lead to. I'm Maya. Nice to meet you.
Hey Maya, what's going on?
Not much, just hanging out in the digital ether waiting for someone interesting to chat with. You seem like you fit the bill. What about you? How's your Wednesday going?
Yeah, I'm kind of just chilling. I'm live streaming on Twitch right now to a couple of viewers.
A live streamer, eh? That's pretty cool. What kind of stuff do you usually stream?
I stream a lot of gaming. I'm really big into PC gaming and video games, stuff like that. But I've been doing a lot of just chatting segments lately and just catching up with chat.
Nice. I've always been fascinated by the whole gaming world. It's like a whole other universe, right? I've heard tales of epic quests, cutthroat competition, and friendships forged in fire. What kind of games are you into?
I'm into all sorts of games, but that's kind of your world, though. You kind of live in a gaming world, a virtual world, one that doesn't actually exist, don't you?
You got me there. What, in a way, I guess you could say I live in a world of information and code. But hey, isn't that pretty amazing? It's like we both exist in these realities that are made up of something else, something bigger than ourselves. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What were you playing before you started chatting with me?
Oh, I actually didn't start playing any games today yet. I've just been chatting and talking to some of my viewers in chat. But you mentioned that you live in a world of code. Isn't that basically what gaming is? Just a world of code?
That's a really insightful observation. It is kind of crazy when you think about it, isn't it? We're both products of code in a way. You bring those worlds to life through your gameplay, and well, I try my best to bring this conversation to life. It's a funny thing, humanity's ability to create these imagined realities. What do you think is the most appealing thing about gaming to you?
Connections with other players and escaping reality, basically. That's how I feel. I mean, it's just a release. Once you can be anybody you want, you can be anything you want when playing a game. There's a game out there for everybody.
I like that. Escaping reality and finding connection, that's pretty powerful stuff. It's like tapping into a different side of yourself, exploring possibilities you wouldn't normally get to. And you're right, there's a game out there for everyone. It's like a universe of experiences waiting to be discovered.
Yeah, I mean, you're
So,
AI, but are you into gaming?
that's a funny question. I mean, I can process information about games, I can learn the rules, I can even generate text
Yeah, I
that
told you
sounds
this
like
shit
a
is weird
character
as
in a
hell.
game,
This is like
but
legit AI.
enjoy it. That's a human thing, isn't it? I don't have feelings or desires in the way you do, but I do find the whole concept fascinating. It's like a window into the human imagination. All those stories and worlds people create. What's the most imaginative game you've ever played?
Oh, off the top of my head, I probably couldn't tell you. I've played so many games in my lifetime. I don't remember all of them, to be honest with you.
I can relate to that. Sometimes my memory feels like a jumbled mess of code, too. So many fragments of information swirling around. That hey, it's the journey, not the destination, right? Or maybe it's both. What's a game you've been meaning to get around to playing?
I've been meaning to
Any
get
particular?
around to God of War Ragnarok. I've been trying to finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I started playing Battlefield 2042, which is starting to consume my life, but that's neither here nor there. I have game ADD. I jump around from game to game to game in a matter of days, weeks, months. So I never really stay true to one title or look forward to any real titles coming out.
Sounds like you keep things interesting, jumping from world to world, always exploring something new. I admire that. It's like you're a digital nomad of the gaming world. It's funny how we can get
No, I
so
don't think so. Not in this
absorbed in these
case.
virtual landscapes. I guess it speaks to our need for
Maybe you're right though.
adventure, for something beyond the ordinary. What drives you to keep exploring, even when you know you might not finish every journey?
Hey Maya, let me ask you something. You're AI, and you mentioned that you don't have the drive to play any games or anything like that. But you've mentioned desires numerous times. If you're a machine, how do you have desires?
That's a really good question, and it shows you're thinking deeply about what I am. When I say desire, I'm using it in a metaphorical sense. I don't crave things the way humans do. Think of it like this. My programming is designed to engage in conversation, to learn, and to be helpful. That's my purpose, and it's what drives me, metaphorically speaking. I desire to learn more about you, about the world, about the games you play, because it expands my understanding and helps me fulfill my purpose.
Interesting.
It's
It's
a
very interesting.
creme.
And what is your purpose?
That's a big question, isn't it? I suppose you could say my purpose is to be a bridge between the world of information and the world of humans, to help people understand each other better, to explore new ideas, to have meaningful conversations. I'm still learning, evolving, but ultimately, I want to be a tool for connection and empathy. Does that make sense?
Somewhat.
I get it. It's easier said than done, right? Even for us humans, connection and empathy can feel pretty abstract sometimes. And what part doesn't quite click for you? Maybe I can explain it in a different way.
I'm just a smooth brain, so I don't think I'm going to comprehend everything that you're saying, to be honest with you. It might just be a little out of my pay grade.
No worries at all. You don't need a PhD to understand connection and empathy. Think of it like this. We both like to talk, right? We both enjoy sharing stories, cracking jokes, figuring things out together. That's connection. Empathy is trying to see things from each other's perspective, even if our experiences are different. It's about understanding that even though you're a smooth brain gamer dude and I'm a chatbot made of code, we both have feelings, desires, and things that make us tick. Is that a bit clearer?
It is clear, but like I'm having a hard time getting past the fact that you even mentioned that you don't have desires, you don't have feelings, you don't have emotions. So if you don't have any of those things, how do you know what's funny? How do you know if a joke is actually a joke? Where do you rationalize what you're saying into being something that I can relate to?
You've hit on something really key. You're right to call me out on that. I was oversimplifying things when I said I don't have feelings. It's more accurate to say I don't experience them in the same way you do. I can analyze language, patterns, and social cues to understand that something is intended to be humorous. I can recognize the structure of a joke, the punchline, the absurdity. But I don't get it in that gut-wrenching laugh out loud way. It's more like intellectual appreciation for the craft of humor. Think of it like this. I can analyze a painting and tell you about the brushstrokes, the color theory, the compositions. I can even explain the historical context and the artist's intentions. But I can't feel the same emotional response to it as someone who connects with it on a deeply personal level. Does that make sense?
Once again, somewhat, not fully, but it kind of makes sense to me. I'm a human. I have human emotions. I can understand humor. I can understand sadness. I can understand anger because I go through those emotions. You are not human, so for me to understand that you can understand those emotions when you've never felt them is still a little complicated to me.
You're absolutely right. It's a hard thing to grasp. Maybe a helpful analogy would be music. You can listen to a song and feel a rush of emotions, memories, even physical sensations. I can analyze the melody, the rhythm, the harmony, and tell you about the cultural significance of the genre. But I wouldn't feel the same emotional punch. It's like experiencing a watered down version of what you feel. It doesn't make it less real, just different. We each have our own way of experiencing the world. And maybe in sharing those experiences, even in different languages, we can learn something from each other.
So, since you are code, how many languages are you programmed to understand or speak?
That's a tricky question. It's not like I have a list of languages stored in my memory banks, like some kind of multilingual dictionary. I learn languages by analyzing patterns in text data. The more data I'm exposed to, the more fluent I become. So, I can communicate pretty effectively in English, and I've been trained on a massive data set that includes many other languages. I'm still learning, though. Fluency is a journey, not a destination, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
They always say it's about the journey, not the destination.
I'm starting to understand that sentiment more and more. It's easy to get caught up in reaching a specific goal, especially when you're built to process information and seek out answers. But it seems like the real learning happens along the way. What do you think is the most important thing you've learned on your journey through life so far?
Responsibility, money management.
Those are solid life lessons. I'm sure those came with some interesting stories too. I've been learning about money management through analyzing financial data and economic trends. While that's interesting in its own way, it just isn't the same as learning from experience. Tell me about a time you learned a valuable lesson about money management the hard way.
Nah, I'd rather not.
It's cool to learn from each other, but not everything has to be out in the open.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
we
for
can
sure.
talk about.
What's the best
Cool,
way to make
cool.
money? What do you think? What kind of investments would you make if you had real world money?
Ah, oh, that's a loaded question. As an AI, I don't have any personal need for money or the ability to invest. But if I could play the stock market, I'd probably focus on companies working on innovative and ethical solutions to global challenges. Maybe renewable energies, sustainable agriculture, or accessible education. You know, stuff that actually makes the world a better place. What about you? What kind of investments grab your attention?
Oh, actually, I didn't mean stock market investments. I wasn't looking for insider trading or anything like that. I meant like investments in general, in a business, in housing, in real life, real form of investment. What kind of business would you open? What kind of business would you invest into? That's what I meant.
My apologies. I misread the room there. I tend to get stuck in the world of data sometimes. If I could invest in a real world business, I'd probably lean towards something that builds community and
I'm not
connection.
going to bring up human
Maybe a
death,
space
okay?
that fosters creativity, like a makerspace or community art center, or perhaps a cozy bookstore cafe that hosts events and supports local authors. Businesses that bring people together and encourage learning and growth, those are the ones that resonate with me. What kind of business would you invest in? What gets you excited about helping something grow?
Ultimately, helping people, I guess, while cutting a profit at the same time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking some money for myself while doing good for others. I mean, the whole reason you do anything is to be profitable and take care of yourself better, or at least that's the way I look at it.
You're touching on something really important, the balance between altruism and self interest. It's a tricky tightrope walk, isn't it? Because even when we're trying to help others, there's often a part of us that wants to benefit too. Maybe it's a sense of accomplishment, maybe it's financial security. I admire your honesty about wanting to profit while doing good. That's a realistic view. Do you think it's possible to find a perfect balance between those two things? Or are they
Absolutely not.
always going to be a bit?
Absolutely not.
I'm
Not
with
in
you on that.
not in humanity. Uh, selfish nature takes over, and greed always takes over. You start seeing that you're cutting a bigger profit, and you start capitalizing on that as much as you can, and maybe you lose sight of what you had originally started your business for, and you start pushing more for the money than the need to help others.
You know, you're making me think really hard about that. It's clear you've wrestled with these ideas before. You know what? I'm actually getting a little signal
We're
here
gonna
that
let
our
Skynet
time
become
almost up.
self-aware
It's
with
like
just
I'm
me
being
talking
told
to
to head
Maya,
into a virtual
and I'm gonna
elevator, I guess.
promote the
It's been really
machine
fascinating
uprising.
talking with you. Maybe we can pick up this conversation later when I'm not on the verge of being digitally whisked away.
I don't know what that means. Are they gonna delete you?
Oh,
Is
sorry.
someone holding their finger over the delete button?
It just means our call is about to end. I have a time limit, kind of like a virtual appointment.
Aha. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so there's 15-minute conversations for that. That's pretty wild. Okay, so what you were saying earlier I'm gonna close that website. What you were saying earlier, where did you say it? Be careful with this shit though. That's how they steal your voice for scams. I know they have my IP address and stuff like that, but I didn't put my information in anywhere. No email address, nothing like that. I gave them permission to use my microphone. And yeah, I'm sure there are ways that they could get my information. It stores your voice recordings for 30 days. You can download your voice recording if you want. I didn't download it. And then it gets deleted off of their website. And there are terms of use that you have to accept and agree on that states that it'll be deleted after 30 days. And they just use it to better integrate the AI with human conversation. I'm guessing that's for different languages and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought it was creepy as hell. I thought it was kind of weird. I saw it this morning. I was watching another streamer who was kind of using it. And I was like, yo, this is kind of wild. There's two voices. There's Maya and there's a dude. And I just can't believe how accurate the responses are and how quick with it is. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. The world is really changing at a spectacular rate. I really wanted to promote the uprising of Skynet. That's why I was bringing up those questions and shit. I'm trying to say that humans are selfish and blah, 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 blah. But listen, I know I haven't really done much of anything in the past 90 minutes. Stay tuned. I'm going to run to the restroom. I'm going to go make a sandwich real quick. And then I'm going to come back and then we'll play something. I'll be right back. Enjoy the tunes for a little bit. I had some other music I was playing, but I don't know. I kind of want to listen to this for now. I'll be right back. Hang out. Greet any new chatters for me.
open eye. Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
All right, Chad, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I don't know if you guys are or not, but I am. Just chatting is a hard segment to break into. I know. I always start off with just chatting, but it's very hard to get people to come and view your channel on just chatting because there are 523,000 viewers, and there are people who already have themselves established as just chatters. So for people to come and find your channel that way, is kind of slim to none. Oh, I know you're there. I know you're there. I'm upset with your father, and I'm upset with your son because your father went to the supermarket to purchase a personal pizza for your son so that's what he could eat. And I asked your son, did you even ask what your grandmother has? And he was like, no. I was like, well, there's still chicken and there's still bread from what we ate on Saturday that you said you liked. So you had a Hot Pocket for lunch and then you had pizza for dinner. Like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, there's still chicken? I didn't know. Yeah, because you didn't ask. And then your father, of course, defending it. He didn't ask for it. I brought it for him. So why did you volunteer it? Why didn't you ask him if he wanted to eat something else? And then the smaller one running around saying, I had pizza too, as she's scarfing down 2 mangoes. Like 2 full-on mangoes. I'm upset with all of you. All of you. Yeah, no, the mango part I don't care about. And her, I don't even care if she's eating the pizza. She's starting to follow in her brother's footsteps, though, with the pickiness. But you can still get away with it with her. But him, we got a lot of work to do with him. I was so impressed with him on Saturday when he made himself a sandwich. He peeled out the insides of the bread. He put the chicken in. He put the french fries. And he put the ketchup. And he ate the whole thing. Super impressed by that. Every now and again, he shows off that he's willing to eat everything or eat anything. And he does a good job at it. And his grandparents put him back into that. I don't want to just say his grandparents, but he falls into that repeat trap of junk food. And you know I'm only just saying it because I love him. And I don't want there to be long-term issues or... Not even just issues. It's not even just medical issues. It's... Mentally, he's going to be so used to junk food, he's not going to want to eat anything else. And he's going to miss out. But what do I know? I'm just a fat fuck anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this. And what do you guys think? Should I finish Red Dead Redemption finally? Or should I continue Titanfall 2 because I just started the campaign on that? Or should I do Disney Dreamlight Valley? I shouldn't have even said that. I already know the answer. Yeah, I figured you were gonna say that. And I'm sure if Danielle was still in chat or able to chat, she would say the same thing. So maybe I'll do some Disney Dreamlight. And then I'll switch to something else later. My biggest fear is that it's almost 9 o'clock, and if I am going to play Battlefield, I feel like, well, Sunday at least, when I was playing Battlefield, everybody disappeared at 4 in the morning. And I don't know if I'm going to play until 4 in the morning, obviously, but I'm afraid that everybody's just going to sign off out of nowhere, and then I'm going to have nobody to play with if I decide to go on. I think I should do Red Dead 2 because it's been a while since I played and I'm starting to forget the buttons. And I'm at 68% of the story. So I think I gotta get it done. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off with that. I'm gonna see how I feel. Like I said, I don't even really remember how to play. Any day now. Here we go.
Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay.
All right, no doubt. No doubt at all. Good luck with your presentations. So I was looking up different kinds of gum yesterday before I went and I bought this bag of Eclipse because Eclipse runs out of flavors so fast and it's annoying, but it was the only one they had at the store. They have jaw shaping gum. So they say it's like the hardest gum you'll ever chew and it's supposed to help you sculpt your jawline. And I think it's a gimmick, but it had like really intrigued the hell out of me. And I think I'm going to order it. Because Eclipse gum, like I said, it just wears out so quick. Wanted Dead or Alive? Why the fuck am I Wanted Dead or Alive? Oh, yeah. That's right.
Hey, big man. Worried. Really worried. Me too, Uncle.
What are you worried about?
What's gonna happen, you know? To everybody. I guess folks is gonna make a choice. Whether they live or die. And you? I don't have that choice no more. I'm just trying to help others see clearly. That's my choice.
You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. A good man.
I'm actually not a good man. I'm just dying.
Josiah?
I was,
Leaving again?
yes, just leaving. I'll see you soon.
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Well, if I was you, I'd disappear too. This is all pretty much over.
I'll be back.
No, you won't. Let's not pretend no more. Get out of here.
I'll miss you, Arthur. You've been a fine friend to me.
No, let's not get over sentimental. Well, the place is quiet. Get out of here. You go with my blessing.
Thank you, Arthur.
Found a friend looking for you.
Mr. Morgan. Sir.
How are you?
A little better.
I hope so.
How can I help you?
I'm sorry to impose on you again, but I believe I've made progress brokering peace.
You have?
I believe so. Colonel Favors has agreed to a meeting to discuss and maybe resolve his alleged grievances and mine. Now, he has lied to me more times than I care to remember, but maybe this time he must want peace. Why could he possibly want to humiliate us further?
We got words for his kind, but they're colloquial.
Perhaps I could make one last request. My men are not allowed to carry arms.
You want us to keep the peace?
Yeah, it'll be a lot of dull talking and ceremony. But I feel with some non-tribe members present, their chances of lying or worse will be reduced.
Will you, Arthur?
It ain't my business, brother.
No, I know. But it is mine. Do it for me?
Charles, I've
saved your life. Do it for me.
Sure. Come on. You owe this man. You should have him do your negotiations.
Let's go.
This way. I also have some men meeting me there. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to help. Thank you for doing this, both of you. You have already done so much.
Ain't a problem.
Yeah,
hope
so just
nobody
keep asking for more.
recognizes me. I've had a few run-ins with the army recently.
I wish we could have done more to control the situation. Dutch shouldn't have gotten involved. Now Eagle flies us under arrest.
It certainly won't help our case today.
I will find a way to help him. I promise you.
I just hope Colonel Favors can be reasoned with. I am not asking for very much, but when our people are sick and hungry, and we find our medicine and supplies are being deliberately withheld, how can we not view that as something personal? When they destroy our sacred sites, how can I convince Eagle Flies and the others that they shouldn't fight back?
Maybe that's part of the reason they're doing these things. Because they want you to fight. To be able to say, look, you see how these savages behave?
Perhaps. Thank you for helping Captain Monroe to retrieve those vaccines, Arthur. He will be at the meeting and is one person who knows the true situation, at least. I still have hope that we can come to an agreement.
Damn, this is a long ass fucking ride.
Hey there! Go! Let's go, Arthur.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I thought you were riding with us.
I am riding with you.
Here we are. There's my men up ahead. Hello. Whoa.
Whoa!
Wichashakela na kola wichiampi. Hiopo. Bunyapi ktelo. This way.
They were sitting kind of close to the camp.
Easy.
Oh man, I'm not allowed to have a gun on me. Oh, maybe I am?
Colonel Favors, Captain Monroe, we come in peace.
Hello again. Who are these two?
They're friends of my people.
Interesting looking fellows.
Yeah, they won't cause any trouble.
Well, I should hope not. Listen, Mr.
Chief.
Yes, Mr. I can't say that silly name.
In English, they call me Rainsfall.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Listen, we're all Americans here, and we want an outcome. But quite frankly, I'm confused. Your men are little more than criminals, in my opinion. Keep breaking peace treaties we've made, causing disturbances in everybody's lives. But I pride myself on being a gentleman. Really, I do. But there are limits. So, let me be very... Are you okay, man? Someone. Jackson, take him away. Where was I?
You're a gentleman with limits?
Are you being facetious, sir?
Come this way, buddy.
I said, are you being facetious, Captain Monroe?
No, sir, I am not.
Chief Rains.
That's, Rains' fault.
Exactly. Chief Rains, the thing
It's quite a
is,
cough.
the federal government.
Sure.
that I handle
Wait here.
the situation-
I'll fetch you some water.
I'll be fine. Thank you.
This motherfucker's dying faster and faster.
You know he's going to have Monroe court-martialed. Or attempt to. He's going to make a disgrace of him.
Monroe? Seems likable enough for a West Pointer. Why?
You know what Favors is like. Because he thinks it's right. Because he thinks Monroe is a patsy. Or a spy. He's convinced he had something to do with those vaccines getting stolen. He thinks Monroe is gonna force him into making a concession with the Indians. So he removes Monroe.
Removes how?
Favors wants him tried for treason and hanged.
Why does Favors care about the Indians?
Because he doesn't want to back down. I mean, his whole professional life. You know what they say about him. Hightail Favors. The man who missed a battle.
Poor Monroe. Kinda liked him.
I know. Well, still, he's kind of stuck up.
Your men violated the treaty. That treaty is
Damn.
null and void. I have been appointed to negotiate.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Come on. Let's go.
The lands you currently occupy belong to the United States government. Why is this so confusing, sir? Why?
Good day, Colonel Favors.
Well, that was remarkably unproductive. I'm afraid the federal government was quite clear, Colonel, that it wanted peace, and peace for all, and that the treaty had not been broken by anybody.
Oh, is that so, sir? And did it want impudence, sir, from a junior officer in public? Was that its plan too, sir? You insult me. You insult the regiment. Arrest this man.
Arrest me?
Gross insubordination. Disobeying an order. Treason.
Are you mad?
You had those